Hey, everyone. Kimberly Olson here, also known as the Goal Digger Girl, coming in live for the Money Mindset Mastery Series. And we are on day 3. Congratulations. Don't worry, we're not completely done today because I did decide to throw in a bonus training. But the core part of this material, we are finishing that up today. So if you made it to day 3, you are a freaking rock star in my book, because that is so rare to complete things and stay the course and see it through. So congratulations and welcome on. Today, oh my gosh, we're going to be able to take everything you've learned so far and really figure out, how do you actually feel amazing? How do you actually embody and get in alignment with the wealth frequency? So I know you've been dying to say, like, but how do I actually do this stuff? How do I actually live this stuff? And that's what we're going to get into today, which is so awesome. I want to welcome you guys on, and you know how Facebook is and all the places. So please help a sister out and tag a friend. Use the @ symbol, tag a friend, let them know that we're live right now. And also, what was your favorite law from yesterday? Let me know in the comments. What was your favorite law out of the universal laws that we went through? Or maybe you're just popping on right now. That's cool too. But what was your favorite universal law yesterday that you went through? I would love to know as well. And also, if you are binging and you're watching replays and you're binging right now, let me know in the comments. Or if you've been hanging with us and you've been hopping on live every day, that's pretty cool. So I'm really excited to have you guys on. And also, we do have a winner from the homework. So make sure you guys are doing that homework. Even if you're not following us along live, we have a lot of people who will come in and binge listen and get through the content. That's totally cool. I used to be a replay viewer for everything. And so if that is you, go ahead and implement the homework, even if you're not following in real time, okay? Because the homework is so important for that implementation. We want to get out of the learning, right? Education constipation is a real thing, and we want to get into implementation and that action, okay? So our winner from day 2, this person is going to get a swag set. So you can pick anything out of our swag shop. You can just go ahead and email us at thegoaldiggergirl@gmail.com, and we can give you the link to pick out the swag if you don't have it. And you're going to be able to pick out 2 items of your choice, and we'll send that over to you. So our winner from day 2 homework is Martina Keast. Congratulations, Martina. I see you. I've been watching you, and we've obviously chatted a little bit. You've been very active in VIP as well. So way to make the most of this time together. That is incredible. All right. So before we jump into day 3 of the Wealth Mastery Series and getting into alignment with the wealth frequency, I am going to be introducing you to one of our amazing students from backstage. So we're going to bring on Amy, Dr. Amy Nussbaum. Hi, Amy.
Hello.
Hey, so excited to have you. Let me turn my volume up for my Instagram folks. So Amy, I would love for you to introduce yourself, tell everyone a little bit about who you are, what you do, and kind of bring us to present day.
Sure. Well, I am Dr. Amy Nussbaum. I am a wife, a bonus mom. I'm a fur baby mom. I have 2 miniature schnauzers who are just delightful. I also have my master's in counseling, my doctorate in ministry. I'm an ordained minister. But my true passion really is just mentoring and coaching and teaching, really just helping women who want more get to where they want to go.
I love that. Yeah. And just to be able to discover that in the process. And obviously you have a lot of academic background and experience and success, and you've done a lot in your career, and you're just at a place where you're like, but what do I want to do? And I think that's such a beautiful place to be in that exploration process. I don't think a lot of people give themselves permission to do it because, one, they don't know if they deserve it. Right. But the other part's the freak out of like, I'm going to be pivoting here and shifting gears and jumping off a cliff. So tell us how you first got into the Goal Digger programs.
Sure. So about a year and a half ago, I was working full-time at a church with ministry, and I had a side gig with a network marketing company. And my upline was all about the posting and praying, the, hey girl messages. And it just didn't feel good to me. So I went on a hunt to find a different way to do it. And that's where I found you and the Goal Digger Girl, and just consumed as much as I could. And I took the leap and invested in a 6-figure breakthrough. Started with that and just made my way through process and just learned so much about marketing on social and just building my presence online. Last year, I went to the Like a Gold Digger conference, and that was an awesome experience for me because I was also starting to toy with this idea. My job at the church was shifting, and I wasn't loving what I was doing. But ministry is what I've done. That's what I went to school for. So started thinking about the coaching space, but what might that look like? And started thinking about Ignited Life Coaching, but I wasn't sure. So when I was at the conference, though, I'll tell you what sealed the deal for me was hearing your story, hearing about the role faith plays in your life and in your business. And it's like, okay, I can get behind this because there's so much out there that it's very salesy, it's very manipulative salesy. And that's one of the reasons why I went ahead and signed in with Ignited Life Coaching because it resonated with my mission to just serve people and to get out there and to share my gifts with the world. And then most recently, I've really really dove in this past spring with the accelerator program, really just helping my because I left my full-time ministry job and dove into coaching full-time. So this has really helped me get more traction quickly and really start to grow my business.
Yeah, that's incredible. And kudos to you because I know that, when you had that opportunity, we talked about it, you had the option to stay at your job and figure something out, or you said, you know what, maybe this is a sign from God that I really am passionate about exploring coaching full time. And this is my opportunity to do that and give you a little barrier. But I think it's so important to have the guidance because I think there's a lot of people out there that, they're like, oh, I would love to coach or maybe create a course because I'm good at XYZ, but you're learning this. The most important part is being able to market that course or coaching program and be able to have enough traffic and understand the whole marketing and sales process and stay in alignment with who you are, right? And be genuine, like you said, because for you never want anyone to feel like you're trying to close them into the thing or sales. Like, how can you create a genuine experience for people interacting with you? And you're just now exploring that. How helpful has it been for you to understand how to take your life skills and translate those into coaching, but to have the guidance, the tools, and the support to build out the marketing side? How helpful has that been for you?
That has been, it's just, I can't even, it's been so helpful. It's been amazing just to have the support of when I have a question, I can reach out to you or, this community of others in Ignited Life Coaching, as well as in the Accelerator program, just to have, we're kind of journeying this together and we get ideas from each other. And, it's been so good to know that I'm not in this by myself. Because, going into business by yourself, you're kind of in an office by yourself, but it's been great whenever I hit kind of a brick wall, just to say, okay, now what? And to, you've given some great ideas, different pathways to pursue. And it's just launched me so much faster than I would have done on my own, trying to figure things out on my own, because I am a figure out kind of girl. So I do try to, before I come and ask questions, try to figure it out. But then I'm like, I should have just asked sooner because you're always a wealth of knowledge. Or, you're like, oh, you should talk to Steph, or, oh, you should talk to, and we have this amazing network that I love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is so helpful to have the network because a lot of times we know, okay, I need a VA or I need somebody to make a landing page for me, but we don't even know where to go, right? And like you said, there's so much stuff out there. It's like, is that just really good marketing or is that trustworthy? And being able to tap in and just really compress time, which we're going to talk about today. So for those watching or hanging out with us or considering our programs, what would you say to those that are on the fence? They're kind of worried about the time commitment or can they do this? Underlying fear is, can they do this, right? But obviously the financial investment as well. What would you say to those that are considering our programs?
So I would say for me, the financial investment has truly been an investment in myself. And I, with my education, used to paying for, a couple master's degree, a doctorate degree, and the books and all the things. So I just kind of look at it like, okay, this is just another degree in my business, and I'm investing in that, also investing in myself. And so I would say, if you really feel, led to do this, called to do this, this is a great opportunity before you. And one of the great things too is the way the curriculum is set up. You can go at your own pace. If you want to just binge your way through all of it and just hit the ground running, you can do that. But if you're just a little more bite-sized things, you can do that too. So that's why, that's one of the things I love about this program is that you will journey with folks as quickly or as slowly as they need. And you can fit it in the nooks and crannies of your day. It doesn't have to be, yes, getting on the calls live is amazing, but we also get the replays for those times that we can't be there. So it has really been great to work around my crazy schedule. And I'm so thankful that I took the leap. And, a year and a half ago, who knew that this is where I'd be today? I never could have imagined this is where I'd be.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, and you are, I'm so excited about what you're creating, and just for you to really use your God-given gifts in a way that fill you up. You could go out and be serving in the ministry and all of that. And you, like we've talked about before, it's an opportunity. You were one of our featured authors in our best-selling book we just released last month. But really that conversation around we are business women that happen to be Christian. And so what this means is that we can utilize our gifts and serve others and be in alignment with our values and what we believe, and have God as our business partner, and watching you do that. It's so fun to see the direction you're taking. So I'm excited for you, and I appreciate you so much. And you guys can look her up on social. It's Amy Nussbaum, Nussbaum. Thank you for being here, Amy. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, guys, there's another success story. And let me tell you, I can't even tell you how powerful it is to hear these stories. And if there's part of you that's like, I want to be like that. I want to be able to just walk away from my corporate career and just go all in with my dream or my passion. That can't happen unless you get the clarity, which we're talking about, but getting into alignment and being around those that absolutely have the roadmap. Okay. You need the roadmap. I can't stress this enough. Okay. And yeah, we're having a blast together in these few days together. And then what? Right. And going to a conference. Conferences are awesome. And then you get home, right? You get home and you're like, no one around me is high vibe. Where'd everybody go? Right. You've got to have that next step. You've got to be able to absolutely have the structure, the guidance, the support, the tools, the curriculum, and the community. So you're all going in the same direction. Final bonus for our programs. We're actually going to leave our programs open until we're closing down the masterclass material and removing it from the guide number 7 in our Facebook group, Gold Digging Boss Babes. If you did VIP, reminder, you get all the replays. Everything's in Teachable. But for everyone else participating, everything's coming down Tuesday at midnight. Okay. We will get people who freak out on Wednesday that they didn't get a chance to go through everything 5 times like they wanted to, and it's going to be gone. So do VIP, just drop VIP in the comments if you want the security of having the replays. But just so you guys know, our programs are closing, and it's a hard close Tuesday night at midnight. Now, we do work with a third-party financing agency. So if you are in the application process with them, as long as that application process has started before we close the program doors, you are fine. Okay, so don't stress out about all the things. So we have some final bonuses for you guys. So what we're going to do is for everybody who enrolls in our programs, we have 2 programs open right now. You can just put boss in the comments if you're just joining us and you don't know what I'm talking about, but you'd like to work with us. We have 2 group coaching programs that are open right now. 6-Figure Breakthrough is the first level. You come in, and this is to get your social media presence going, your brand going, to get really clear on your avatar, lead generation, having your funnel, so you're getting leads into your Facebook group, your email list. It's the fundamentals to get your social media working for you, simple systems, online strategies. And then we have the next level, Ignited Life Coaching. That's for somebody who already has that. They have the foundations down, but they're ready to go to the next level, right? And often they want more. So kind of like Amy, she wanted to become a coach. Sometimes we'll have people come in who they want the big brand. They want to be on stages speaking. They want to launch a course. They want to monetize. They want multiple streams of revenue. They're just ready to 10X, okay? That one has more accessibility to our coaching team as well. So if you need more of the hands-on, So we have 2 levels. Just put boss in the comments and we can share that with you. Those programs are open right now for everyone that enrolls in the programs. Let's see if I can figure out how to share this. Hopefully it's working. Yep, it is. Okay, yay me. I'm just going to hide my little face here. Okay, so we have a couple of bonuses. If you are coming into Six Figure Breakthrough Business Academy, we have an in-person mastermind. Team, can you guys drop the dates for me in the comments? You guys get to come to my town, Austin, Texas. If you're on Instagram, I'm just sharing this screen share right now so you can just listen or hop over to Gold Digging Boss Babes on Facebook. So we are going to do a 2-day in-person mastermind at Hotel Indigo, which is right downtown in Austin. If you've not been, how many of you have wanted to come to Austin, but you haven't come yet? And you're just like, oh, I want to go to Austin, Texas. Austin is a beautiful city. It was in the top 10 cities to live in forever. I don't know if it's still in the rankings. It is an incredible city. Music everywhere. Like literally, if you're like at Whole Foods, there's people playing music in the parking lot. Like the vibe is incredible. We're going to be right downtown. We'll have a 2-day in-person mastermind. And so these in-person experiences, and she just shared this, are life-changing. Mastermind is where you are masterminding, where you are all elevating and co-creating together. But imagine getting 2 full days with myself and my team. That's what this experience is. Okay. So you obviously can stay somewhere nearby or right at the hotel itself, but you will have access to this. And we will, this includes the 2-day in-person mastermind. Okay. So if you've already enrolled in our programs, while we've had this open this week, this is included as well. Okay. If you're coming into Ignited Life Coaching, I don't know if it did switch. Okay, we are going to treat you to our this is our 4th annual, which is wild to say out loud. But in May of 2024, we're going to Destin, Florida, which is hands down our favorite beach to go. We've tried some different things, and this is our favorite. We will actually cover accommodations for you as well. You'll come in on a Thursday. It's always the week after Mother's Day. You'll come in on a Thursday. We'll kick it off Thursday. You'll have all day Friday, all day Saturday, and then everyone will head home on Sunday. But we'll just be staying right on, right in Destin, Florida. We have a couple different levels for this. So depending on what level you come in at, we've got a couple of beautiful houses that we have rented. I mean, you guys, like I can just, if you want to go to the park, there's the park. I just love the beach and the ocean. It's so healing. But we usually will have photographers at these, and we'll be doing everything around mindset. And for those of you that have been, can you just drop a couple words to describe how these experiences have been for you? The breakthroughs that we get from these. I mean, we've had women come to these where they were going to do health coaching, and then they turned around and launched high peak sports performance. I'm actually going to feature one of the ladies on my wall and share her story, like massive pivots. Lauren, that you heard from yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. She came to the 6FB in person, then went to retreat, this one the next month after, and totally blew up after that. As she said, she's a couple $100,000 of cash in the bank after launching her new offer. She is a great example of what these in-persons can do. And with Ignited Life Coaching, like I said, you can actually, the accommodations are covered. So you just have to get yourself there. You just got to fly there. Isn't that pretty magical? We include that in the program. So those are the bonuses for those that enroll between now and Tuesday night at midnight. Just put boss in the comments if you want to get the registration information for that, and we'll get you in. Okay. So today we're going to talk about the getting into alignment with the wealth frequency. And this material is so powerful because I'm actually going to teach you embodiment today. I always wondered what that was. Like for the longest time, I'm like, what do people mean embodiment, right? I'm going to teach you. Okay. I'm going to teach you, but I have to charge. No, I'm not. It's just for free for today. Okay. The vague desire, and we're in the workbook, but you can just follow along. The vague desire to be wealthy is not enough to attract prosperity and abundance into your lives. What we need to do is dig a little deeper to identify the positive feeling that wealth brings us. Okay. And just like, I'm just going to say it, just like you have the desire to make money on social media, it's not enough. Okay. If you, right now, it's August, be honest with yourself. What's going to change between now and the end of the year? I mean, if you're coaching with somebody else, awesome. We celebrate that. But if you're not, or you've never invested in yourself before, why not? Why not? Amy sees that she's good enough and that she sees it's valuable to invest in her education. She knows that because she's been in the academics. Why not you? Why not you? Why are you not good enough to say, yeah, I want to do this program. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make it happen. We've had people get extra jobs. We've had people sell furniture. We've had people get, special loans with their credit union. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do financially with that, but we've had people make it happen. So if you don't have what you need between now and the end of the year, or even going into the next year, if you don't learn these skills that we're talking about, how are you going to learn how to utilize social media and actually make money from it so that you can invest in programs like this and it be a no-brainer? Or you can go into the holiday season not stressed out about putting everything on a credit card. Okay. Well, it's the same thing here. Okay. I want you guys to drop in the comments. What are the positive feelings that wealth can bring you? Drop some words in the comments for me. What are some feelings that being wealthy can bring you? Because we're going to dig into this, okay? So that positive feeling of being wealthy. What are some feelings that come up for you when you think about being wealthy? What does that mean to you? Okay, peace. Yeah, peace. You're not worrying about the bills. You're not stressing out about money, right? Safety, that's a big one. Calm, freedom, peace of mind. Yeah, less fear. It's a lot around fear. Isn't that interesting? Like less fear. We're talking about being wealthy, right? Look at these words. Yes. So most likely you don't want to be wealthy just to be wealthy. You want to experience wealth. You want to experience these feelings. So all we have to do, and this is matching the vibration, is if we want to feel peace, we need to match that vibration and feel peace now. And you're like, but how do I feel peace now when I have, all this debt? Or how do I feel peace now if I can't even pay the bills? Well, it is a little bit of make-believe, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But what we want to do is say, well, where do I feel peace? Or what could I create that feels peaceful? It might be that you carve out 30 minutes in the morning before your house wakes up, and I have a salt crystal lamp thing over there, and I love it. I love it. I can have all the lights off in here, and there's this beautiful, soft, warm glow. But maybe it's a cup of tea with your journal, and you've got a candle going, 30 minutes, and that's calm. That's peace for you. Like you are cultivating peace. So yeah, you're maybe not going to look around at your bank account at that moment because that's going to make you feel bad. But in that moment, can you cultivate peace and safety? What are the things that you can do to feel safe? It could be a warm blanket. It could be snuggling up on the couch, reading a book with a warm blanket, and that makes you feel secure. Like, what are those things that you can mimic that match that vibration? Speaking of matching the vibration, in order to manifest wealth, you must put yourself into vibrational alignment with it. Okay, so we've got to get in alignment. So let's talk about that. Identify, and we have a few blanks here in the workbook. Identify the vibration of having money, because like does attract like. So what is the vibration of having money? So if you had money, how would you feel? You would feel happy, joyful. You'd be excited. You'd feel grateful. You'd feel blessed. You'd feel abundant. You'd feel just things are easy and flowing, right? You'd feel really good. So we need to identify that vibration, and then we need to embody that vibration. Okay, candles and beach vibe, Tracy. Yeah. So the next blank or sentence is you need to embody the emotion of having money. Emotions are a good thing. People are like, oh, you're so emotional. I'll be like, thank you. I'm aware. I'm enlightened. If your kids are crying, you don't want to say, we're done with those tears or rein it in. I used to say that years ago before I did this work. I'd be like, just rein it in. Like, we're done. We're done with the tears. No, we're not. Let the tears flow. Let them flow. Let's figure out why the child is crying first. What an idea, right? Okay. So we're going to embody the emotion of having money. Okay. So we're going to do a guided visualization together, and I'm going to teach you how to embody right now. What I do want you to do is if you're driving, you can just listen. Everyone else, if you've not done guided visualizations, just go with it. You've probably done them in some way with me or somebody else. and that's cool too. Okay. So this is what I'm going to have you guys do. I'm going to close my eyes as well so I can really get into it. So we're going to do a guided visualization so you can experience this. Okay. So take a couple of deep breaths for me. So really, really deep breaths, fill up your belly and really express it out. And just kind of relax into your seat, your chair. If you're laying down, you're sitting down, wherever you are. Okay, just kind of settle the body down. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to imagine you're in your car and you have a phone call from your friend and she asked you to come over. She's finally settled into her new home and she's invited you over. So you're in your car, you're heading over, and she actually ended up building this home or remodeling this home in an area that you've always wished you could have a home. So wherever that is, I want you to envision it. For me, you guys know it's the beach. I want to hear the waves. When I wake up, I want to wake up to waves, the waves crashing. But for some of you, it might be the mountains or a beautiful home snuggled in the forest. So like you've seen some pictures, you haven't been there yet, but like you are just jazzed to go see it and you're happy for your friend. She's worked hard for it and you love your friend. Like you're cheering her on, it's not jealousy. You're just like really excited to go see this house and just to be inspired by it. And it's in an area where you're just like, oh, it'd be so cool to live there. And she does. So as you're heading over, you're jamming in music, maybe the windows are rolled down and the breeze is flying through your hair and you're feeling so good and you're driving over. So you're following the GPS and you pull into the driveway and it's grand, there's like this grandiosis to it. I don't even know if that's a word, but it's grand. And you go in kind of a long driveway, depending on what the house looks like in your vision. It's a beautiful home, like Pinterest meets, farm chic, whatever. Maybe it's a mansion, but it's gorgeous. Okay. It's like stunning. So you pull up, park your car and you're just like, dang, right? Like you're looking at it and you're like, oh my gosh, this is next level. So you walk up the stairs and you ring the doorbell and nobody answers. So you think it's your friend. She's probably out back or something. So you just put your hand on the door handle, kind of, maybe take your shoes off because it's a nicer house. Open the door, you step inside, shut the door. And right when you come in, you can just sense the energy of this home. You know how every home has kind of a smell to it. It smells really good. Okay. It's like, what was that one candle shop? It's got like a really good smell to it. Okay. Kind of Pottery Barn. And it also, the feel of it feels really good to you. Just, it feels safe. It feels loving. It feels just like you could spend a lot of time here. Right. And so you walk in the home and, you don't see anybody. So you're just kind of wandering around a little bit to figure out where your friend is. And it is just the decor. Oh my gosh. It is literally, it's epic. Like it looks like a designer came in down to the throw blanket on the couch and the fire burning in the fireplace and the stunning kitchen. Like you just walk in and it's like, it's beautiful. And you're just wandering around a little bit like, gosh, oh my gosh. And you're kind of looking around and you look on the wall and you see some photos and stuff. And you kind of take a closer look. It's a family photo, actually. And you look closer and you realize that it's your family. And if maybe you're single, it's you and your partner that you're wanting to call into your life. Or if you have your family right now and you want some grandkids, or you want your kids to come back from college, or maybe your kiddos are young and everybody's in the photo of your family and they're smiling. You can see so much joy. Like it's a happy moment that was captured in that photo. There's love and there's joy and happiness. And you look at this picture and it dawns on you, oh my gosh, this is my home. This beautiful, gorgeous, stunning home. And you look up and see the view of your backyard, whether that's up to the beach or trees or mountains. You look up and literally takes your breath away. This is your home. And you are flooded with emotions of joy, happiness, gratitude. And you know what? You are so proud of yourself because you know all the work you did, the late nights, the discipline to be focused, overcoming the challenges, not quitting, trusting yourself, having faith, and just to keep going and have that tenacity, perseverance, and grit, the traits of a warrior. You are a warrior and you did it. You created financial success in your life to be able to bless your family with this gorgeous home. This isn't about the home, it's about what it represents. And you realize that you did it. And you have tears of joy streaming down your face. Good tears. Because you are so proud of yourself. You did it. Okay, take another deep breath for me. You can open your eyes. Maybe take another deep breath if you need to. And as we finish that guided visualization together, I would love to invite you to share any feelings that came up for you, any emotions, share those in the comments because we just did that visualization together. And what we just did is called embodiment. Embodiment is when you can get your body and your heart and your mind in alignment with what you truly desire. And you'll know it's right and good because you'll feel so inspired by it. And so embodiment is where you go to that place. Some people call it the fourth dimension. Some people call it the spirit plane. If we talked about in spirit is inspired, we're in spirit with God. God has more in store for us than we could ever imagine. Did you guys know that when elephants look at humans, they look at us like how we look at baby kittens? Yeah. Elephants look at humans and they're like, oh, they're so cute, right? You know, when you look at a kitten, you're like, oh, I think that's how God looks at us when we have the goals and dreams that you all have right now and my own. I think he's thinking that. He's like, oh, so cute, Kimberly. You have no idea what I have in store for you, right? So when we are placing things in the vortex, which is also a term for the fourth dimension, the spiritual plane, what we just created, I want you guys to understand that the subconscious mind, which is running the show as we talked about, if you guys didn't know this, the subconscious mind does not know the difference between what's real and what you imagine. So the guided visualization we just did and you felt it, you know why you were emotional? Is because you felt like it was happening right now, didn't you? You could feel yourself in that room, in that house, in the car, putting your hand on the door handle, right? You could feel it. I have chills. Your subconscious mind thought that was real just now. Yeah, that's freaking powerful, isn't it? So what we want to do is we want to go back to that place, and I'm going to give you a whole toolkit today. We want to go back to that place as much as possible. We want our subconscious mind to be in that place as much as possible, because what happens is the more time we spend in that place, our subconscious mind believes it. And it thinks, well, then, yeah, this is what it is. Okay, sounds good. Remember when we say things like, I knew that was going to happen. That's because we expected it to happen. So it happened. If we expect good things to happen, if we expect all this social media stuff to click, if we expect clients to want to work with us, if we expect magical money to come out of nowhere, life is magical. And I think that, miracles are a part of my life. Did you guys know they've done research on people who say they're lucky? And there's no difference between them and you. They just think they're lucky. So a lot of really good things happen to them. It's their mind. It's literally, they have trained themselves. Their belief system is that they're lucky. That's pretty powerful, isn't it? So what we want to do is we want to spend as much time as we can in this place of imagination and getting in alignment with what we want. And we want to feel it. That's the key. We want to feel it as if it's already is. Okay. So I'll give you some tools for that. The next part of matching the vibration is you want to develop daily techniques to raise your set point. Okay. So your set point is where you default to. It's your default setting throughout the day. I think it'd be great. And we'll do this we do this inside of our programs. The first half of so we have semesters in our programs and then we have modules depending on which program. The very first thing you're going to do is work on everything that we're working on, because we know for a fact we've got to get your belief and confidence up before you're going to have success with social media and talking to humans and closing sales. Okay. So we work on that first. And inside of our programs, we're going to be working on your daily set point. And so what we want to do is we want to raise that set point. So we're going to do a bonus training on Monday, 2:00 Central, right back here. I'm going to teach you the emotional guidance scale, my version of it. And so you're going to learn how to identify your emotions throughout the day, your set point, and we're going to have the emotions we don't want and the emotions we do want. And we're going to learn how to move up the continuum. And that way we can get you to a higher set point. Okay. So we'll do that as a bonus on Monday, but we absolutely teach this inside of our programs, because you've got to develop daily techniques to be able to raise your set point. Okay. What's your default setting? What is your default setting? Is it stressed out, worried, angry, frustrated, overwhelmed? I hear this all the time. Did I say worried? That's a common one. We want to change your set point to something positive. Okay. All right. Next section, developing your wealth blueprint. What does it mean to be wealthy for you? Okay. So you can kind of work on this on your own or jot down things that come up right now, but everybody's definition is going to be different. So what does it mean to be wealthy? If I said, okay, you came to Money Mindset Mastery series this week. Why? Why did you want to come be a part of it? And you're like, well, I want to master my money mindset. Okay, why? Because I want to be wealthy. Okay, great. What do you mean by that? What does that mean? And you're like, well, I just want to be wealthy. I want to have a lot of money. Okay, it's not clear enough. Okay. The vagueness of that is holding you in a pattern of wanting to be wealthy and not actually being wealthy. So we want to get away from the vagueness. Okay. So examples of what wealth means to you would be becoming debt free. It would be maybe you have rental properties with passive income coming in, and that's obviously in the financial space. Wealthy in love, being wealthy in love. Maybe you have a partner. Maybe being wealthy in love means that you your home is safe and supportive. Your family feels loved in your home. Okay. For me, it's very important that we have dinner around the table every night. I know, super cheesy. But we do family movie night on Fridays. Like there's certain things, going to church, that are important to me to cultivate that love, that wealth of love in my family. Oh, another one is wealthy friendships, sisterhood, right? Important women that have your back. Okay. So then we want to dial it down a little bit. Give a specific example of being more wealthy in one area of your life so you can see how to dial it down. Okay. So it's actually in the articulation of getting clear on this that you will get clear. So what I mean by that, it's the more clear and we can articulate and verbalize in writing or out loud what we really want, that allows us to get the clarity to go after it. Often people aren't having success or their lives aren't changing because there's no roadmap. There's no clarity. They don't even know what they want. They just know what they don't want, right? Can you relate to that? So example for dialing it down a little bit would be you want to be more wealthy in your friendships. So this might be you have every week you meet with a friend for lunch or coffee, or once a quarter you go on a girls trip with a few girlfriends. Like you're going to be specific on what you want to create in your life. Describe several attributes that you will embody as a wealthier version of yourself. So we'll have more trainings on this inside of our programs, but the law of assumption, we didn't even go over the law of assumption yesterday because I had to slim it down. This one is incredible, the law of assumption. It's probably my favorite law, which I should have covered it yesterday, but I'm not going to shit on myself, as Tony Robbins says, and I'm going to tell you about it now. So the law of assumption is where you assume, you act in the assumption as if the thing you want is going to happen or already is. So here's an example. Let's say if you could get one more client, okay? If you could get one more client, then it would make sense to go ahead and get a new computer, okay? So you're like, you know what, if I get one more client coming in on, monthly payments, I could go ahead and get a computer, get a new laptop. I need a good laptop for my business. Well, acting in the law of assumption is you would go ahead and buy the laptop before the client came. I know it's a little ballsy. I do it all the time. I freaking love it. And it's super fun because I'm like, okay, I'm just going to assume that's going to happen. So let's say, I wanted to speak for something and I wanted to be asked to speak for something. Which I recently did this. I went ahead and bought the tickets to go to the event and booked my hotel room, assuming that I would be asked to come speak at the event. So that's the law of assumption. So yeah, it's a leap of faith is what it is. But remember, God has our back. So when we take leaps of faith, we are trusting God. So when you arrive at that next level, what are some attributes about yourself? So we're not thinking like you've arrived and you're, it's the top of the mountain. We're talking about the next level version of yourself. What are some of those attributes about yourself? So it might be that you're bolder, right? That your confidence is higher or it's gone up. You cast a bigger vision for yourself. You're thinking bigger. You become a better leader. What are some of the attributes about yourself? And then you get to practice those now and become that next level version of yourself now by practicing those attributes. So if you are a better leader and you're in network marketing, I see this all the time when I get a chance to do like a one-to-one call. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, if you pay in full for our programs, while this is open, you'll get a one-to-one call with me. Okay. And we'll just do 5 total. Okay. So the first 5 that pay in full, that enroll 5, will get a one-to-one call with me. So I see this all the time. Get on a one-to-one call and I'll just like ask you a million questions. I'll rip your business apart and then we'll put it back together. I can't tell you how many times people say to me, I'm just not good at recruiting. And I'm like, okay, tell me about your onboarding process. And they're like, well, I don't have one. I don't have any people. That's why you don't have any people. Okay, what are you going to do when you get people? They're like, well, I don't. Okay, that's why. So if you were a better leader, would you have an onboarding system for your new recruits? Yes, you would. Okay. If you were a better leader, would you have things happening for your team members? Yes, you would. Right. Or would you be plugging into maybe what your upline has and making sure those recruits could plug into those as well? Yes, you would. So you are going to show up now as the person you are becoming. Thinking about what your life looks like as a wealthier you, envision the feelings you will experience. So you can ask the question, how will I feel when I manifest money? Right? Or what kind of emotion do I feel when I think about financial abundance? And as you envision those feelings and ask those questions, so you can do this in journal format, or you can do it as a guided visualization as we just did, you're going to start to see, oh, those are the emotions. And so instead of it being this vague thing, such as I want to be a 6-figure earner and I don't even know how, it isn't about that. It's about you getting in alignment with what it would feel like to be a 6-figure earner. I will tell you this, we don't know how, we don't know when, we don't even know what. All we have to do is say what we want and say, I would like this or something better. We need to claim it. Okay. This is in the Bible. I have it written down somewhere in a note down here. It's so faded that I can't even find it. But you when you need to ask first to receive, and you need to believe. It comes down to that. Daily wealth frequency techniques. The secret to quantum leaping and compressing time is staying in the wealth frequency vibration as much as possible. So when you hear the term quantum leaping, I want you to think about just growing exponentially, growing really fast. I quantum leap quite frequently, and it is a lot sometimes because you are growing so fast and you're emotionally wanting to catch up with that, right? And like there's a lot happening, and it's amazing because you grow so fast. It's like, wow, it's compressing time. It's going quicker. So it's not necessarily about speed. It's about the growth happening in a shorter period of time, okay? There's physics behind this, the science, the research. I mean, there's a million books written on these topics, okay? So what we want to do to compress time and to quantum leap is we want to stay in alignment with the wealth frequency vibration as much as possible. So part of this is going to be not looking at your current circumstances. I have a really, really good audiobook series for you. And the reason why it's an audiobook is because it's so old and it's magic. So there's 14 CDs, I think. I still have the CDs somewhere, but we don't have a CD player. So I'm just going to sell it on eBay one day. I don't know. But I used to literally put the CDs in and listen to them in my car. I've listened to this series at least 12 times. And it's 14 hours of training. So it's called Your Wish is Your Command by Kevin Trudeau. He's amazing. He's basically like a whistleblower. He even got, put in prison because he was literally saying he's whistleblower. People don't like whistleblowers, especially the government, right? So he shares the secrets to the law of attraction and how to create whatever you want. And, oh, thanks, Raylan. And he actually says, what you see right now is like looking in the rearview mirror. So if you're looking at your home right now and you're like, Kimberly, I'm in a crappy trailer, right? I'm in a trailer, and I have this vision that we just did of my house I want, and my cabin in the woods, and I'm in a trailer and it's crap. How can I sit there and feel amazing about this cabin in the woods? You don't want to look at your current circumstances. Understand you in your trailer right now. If you don't want to be there and you want to be in the cabin, the beautiful cabin in the woods, the trailer is in the past. It's the rearview mirror. It's the culmination of everything that's already happened. Your bank account is in the past. Why are you sitting there and I get it, but why are we sitting there looking at those numbers getting upset about it when it's in the past, right? That would be like, maybe there's a ding in your car that happened 6 months ago in a grocery store parking lot, and you're looking at it just really sad about that ding. It's 6 months ago. It's in the past. Got to get over it. Okay. So when you are in your current circumstances and you don't like what you see, the more you focus on your current circumstances and not liking what you're seeing, you're going to get more of that. And you're going to get angry and frustrated, right? And like we talked about, angry, all those negative emotions are very strong. Okay. So we want to go to the wealth frequency. We want to get in alignment with what we do want. You literally become a very strong magnetic attraction to exactly what you desire. Who here has seen somebody in their life appear out of nowhere to suddenly, like, say someone comes into your network marketing company and they just fly through the ranks? They're like at the top of the company in like a week, and you're just like, what am I doing wrong? I'm like, second level. It's because they are implementing this and living this. Okay. They are very strong magnetic attractions to what they want. They get it. And some people just have it. They don't even realize they have it. Okay. And they're a magnetic match, a vibration for what they do want. Okay. Or if you see someone that just always, like, I had this friend in high school, I had to study for everything. I'm what's called book smart. I feel like I'm also very street smart and life experience smart now. But when I was in high school, but I was working towards straight A's because I wanted to get scholarships for college because I had to pay for college. And so I studied and studied and studied. Like, all I was doing was studying if I wasn't working. My best friend, I kid you not, could roll in, and we were in all the advanced AB classes. I swear on my life, she'd roll in, had never studied, and she would do better than me. Like, it was so frustrating. Why? Because she was a strong vibrational match for doing well. She just assumed she would do well. I got this. Like, it's confidence, right? But it's expecting it. She was the vibrational match for getting those good grades. Okay. So it's not overnight success. It's just some people really tuned into this. Use that to inspire you of what's possible. Here are several ways you can practice daily wealth frequency techniques. And I'm going to go kind of fast and furious. First one's meditation. Meditation, research has shown that meditation, if you can do it 10 minutes a day for 2 weeks, and then go beyond that, obviously, but to start, 10 minutes for 2 weeks straight, science has shown that meditation can rewire your neural pathways in your brain. Okay. So what that means is your brain cells communicate through neural pathways. Everything's happening through all these pathways that we have. Well, if you have a default setting of stress and worry, that's a neural pathway. It's how your cells are communicating. Something happens, you get, your heart's racing. That's all neural pathways. Think of it as like a really, like a rut grooved into a dirt road. You know how there's like a rut and your tire catches? That's a neural pathway. It's just repetition. You can change that through meditation. So it's actually been able to, they've shown that people's stress can go down, overall well-being, a sense of peace and calm. And a lot of you said that you desired that. So the wealth that you said you wanted would bring you a sense of peace, right? Well, through that sense of peace, could we mimic that through meditation and feel that peace and therefore attract the wealth? You guys see how this is all working together? It is unbelievable. Affirmations. So if I have, for my master's degree, I had to take a class on water. I know, I was like, this is super weird. And it was a science class. So in this water class, they were talking about science and words and the cells and how energy works and all the things. And they had two different like buckets or glass full containers holding water, basically. So we'll just say glass vases. So the one, the scientist spoke negative. Have any of you guys seen this? The scientists, you can look it up. They spoke negatively to the water, and they were like, "You're ugly. This is, you're dirty water." Like they literally would just be negative with their words. It was all the words to the water in the first one. The second one, it was like, "You're amazing. You're beautiful. Look at your light." Like they would just talk really good to the water. And after over a period of time, they used a microscope to look at the crystal makeup of the water, because that's how under a microscope water is. The first one was like gross and like distorted and just didn't look. It was like dark. The other one was like these beautiful, bright crystal makeup of the water. Wild. Well, think about this. What are we made up of mostly? What are we made up of mostly? Water. Okay. And if I knew what you said to yourself most of the time, your cheeks might be a little red right now because you'd be embarrassed, wouldn't you? My gosh, I wouldn't want Kimberly to know how I talk to myself, right? Because you are telling yourself you're not good enough. You're telling yourself you suck. You're telling yourself you're Hot Mess Express. You're telling yourself you just can't get it together. You can't figure out tech. You're not smart enough. Who's going to want to do business with you? You just don't get social media or how to get people in Messenger to become customers, right? Or, oh, you're fat and ugly. I know what you're saying to yourself because I've been working with people for decades. Just like those things you're saying to yourself in your mind, it's creating that in your body. Just like with the water example. Instead, I want you to realize that you are a miracle. You're a miracle. You weren't even here, and now you're here. And you're a thinking, breathing, amazing human that has been created by God. If you look at the most beautiful sunset, the kind of sunsets where the whole sky is lit up and it's like the most glorious colors. It's magical to me when I see that. God made that. Or universe, right? I want to respect everyone's beliefs and opinions. We'll say God, because I believe most everyone here, we have a strong Christian community. Something made that. We'll say that something is God, because that's what I believe. God made that beautiful sunset or that beautiful mountain view. God made that. And if he can make that beautiful sunset, don't you think you are just as glorious as that sunset or more? The sunset's for an hour, right? And it's gone. He made you to be somebody that's going to be on this earth and step into your God-given talents and to be able to make a difference in this world. We get to be the hands and feet of God. We get to do his work. Well, we can't do his work if we're telling ourselves we suck. We can't do his work if we're like, I'm not good enough. That's a bunch of crap. And until you can start talking to yourself the way that God sees you and the way I see you, your outer world is going to continue to reflect this negative world. You've got to learn how to change this. You have to learn how to talk to yourself differently. It all comes down to how you talk to yourself, the thoughts that you have. Everything starts with that. Those thoughts are going to hit and become feelings. The feelings become actions, and the actions become your character. And then we have habits and character. So if you want to change who you are and show up different in this world and create the life that you want, it's going to start with you. Are you committed to being that kind of person? Are you committed to seeing yourself the way that God sees you and the way I see you? This is why you need us or another coaching team if you're working with somebody else, because you need people around you telling you you're awesome. And you need people around you saying, no, that's not a silly dream. I think it's awesome. Let's build that out. Let's freaking crush it. Oh, that just scared the bejesus out of me. My Zoom is yelling at me. Zoom, just step aside. You need people around you seeing the greatness in you when you don't. And I can tell you firsthand, entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. There are times when it is so scary, right? There are times when you're like, should I even be doing this? Should I just like go get a job somewhere, right? There are times when you're like, oh, guys, there's no salary being an entrepreneur. You don't know where the money's going to come. That takes tremendous faith and conviction and belief in a higher power and in yourself. You need people around you that get that and have been there and are going to walk alongside you during the ups and downs. I can't encourage you enough. Do not go this alone, whether it's with us or somebody else. Do not go this alone. So important. Okay. So those affirmations, it's not, I love money. I do have some affirmation tracks for you inside of our programs. I have 12 tracks for you, affirmations, meditations, guided visualizations, but it's what you say every day when it comes down to it. It's what you say every single day to yourself throughout the day. Don't forget that. The next one is guided visualizations, which we just did one. So now you can see what those are like. I personally love those because I'm so visual. Not everybody, it's their favorite. You're going to figure out what's best for you. And you don't have to do all of these. You can just pick a few. I would recommend 3 a day. The next one is journaling. I have boxes of journals in my closet. I've been journaling since I was 20 years old. So journaling to me is like prayer. It's affirmations. My favorite journal prompt is, I am so happy and grateful now that, and then I just make my request in present tense as if they've already happened. I'm so happy and grateful now that blank, blank, blank. The next one is movement. Movement is really great because movement allows energy to flow through the body. So it can be dancing, walking, and like we talked about before, music is really powerful to access deeper parts of our brain and our subconscious. So find things that, feel good to you, but move every single day. So you don't have to go to the gym and do CrossFit and things like that unless you love it. I used to do all of that stuff. I used to run marathons, teach spin class, lift very heavy weights. I used to love that. That's not the season that I'm in now. I love hot yoga and walking, and that works for me. Find your thing. Vision boards, you guys know I'm going to talk about that. We do have a vision board workshop for you, a vision board inside of the programs right at the beginning. Mini experiences. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorites. So there's something really loud happening out there. Hey, Scott. Yeah. Can you be a little quieter? Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So the mini experiences, this is so much fun. So for those of you that are like, I want to be able to travel and I want to experience luxury or just nicer things in my life, but that's a big leap right now. I want you to do a mini experience. So a mini experience would be staying in a nice hotel just for one night. Most of us could save up and do that, right? And if you're just like I said, sell something, find something in your home you can part with, right? Babysit your neighbors for a week. There's so many like easy online part-time jobs nowadays. Do something for that. Go and do it. The reason why is because going to the nice hotel, you're embodying what it's like to travel and stay in nice places. It gets your subconscious mind thinking it's normal, right? It's normal to do that. Or at home, maybe you just get some nice silk sheets, right? Maybe you can't remodel your house right now, but could you buy some nice silk sheets? So every night you're going, it's a little bit of luxury, right? When Scott and I first got married, we had no money. Our budget was like $60 a week for groceries. Okay. We didn't go out to eat. We didn't do anything. We lived in a tiny 1-bedroom apartment in Houston, Texas. And what we would do on the weekends is, because we had no money, we would drive around in Houston, and we would find really nice neighborhoods that were gated communities because they were so nice. And we would wait at the front until somebody would drive in. Like we were those people, and we'd race them behind them. And we would drive around looking at these mansions. And I remember like one was listed for sale and it had 7 bathrooms. And I remember Scott being like, you could use a different bathroom every day of the week. And we were like figuring out the electricity was like, thousands of dollars per year. And we were just like, oh my gosh. So we're in this little tiny 1-bedroom apartment with a $60 per week grocery budget. But what happened is it made us think what was possible, right? We're like, people live like this. There's lots of people living like this. And now we live in a gated community. There's like 40 homes. Everybody's on 2 or 3 acres, and we have a second home. So between our homes, it's, we have a couple million in real estate. How did that happen in such a short period of time? because we went into those neighborhoods. We were around it. We thought this is how people live. And it got us to obviously think that that was normal. You have to have a new norm, and the new norm is going to be based on these mini experiences. The next one is being around others who are wealthy. Okay. So this technique, being around others who are wealthy, it does go back to that old adage of like, you are the combination of your 5 closest friends, right? If you're hanging around a bunch of broke people who hate their lives, it's time to get some new friends. It doesn't mean you ditch those friends. You just maybe distance yourself or don't spend as much time with them. You know, we've all had friends where every time you're around them, you just feel worse. Energy. You've got to guard your energy and choose who you're around. So I want you to go make some new friends, meet some of our gold diggers. That's why our community is so important to us, is because they have become sisters. They have bonded. They've done summits together. They do live interview exchanges together. Like, they are creating lifelong sisterhood friendships, but they're all vibing together, right? They all have this desire to level up. This is so important, okay? So get yourself some new friends, okay? And this is why in-person experiences are so powerful. It's being around others who are wealthy. So ask yourself, you know, the friendships that you have, are they living the life that you have, right? And this is also why you don't want to watch the news, okay? Like, I don't even, it's just do not. The next one is allow. You want to allow. Just remember the laws we talked about yesterday, but you want to allow things to come in. If you're stressed out, worried, anxious, okay, that is not going to allow you to receive. And we didn't really talk about this, but when someone wants to give you something, they want to pay for your meal, let them. Say, thank you so much. I'll get you next time. Okay. Or if somebody says, wow, you look great in that dress, say thank you. Receive. A lot of you suck at receiving. You like feel guilty for receiving. I have a friend who, you know, someone did something really nice for her. And then she's like, yeah, and they did this. So I feel like, you know, and I'm like, nope, they did that for you because they wanted to do it for you. And then that's it. You don't owe them anything. Okay. Let's just receive. Remember the laws. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a bonus class on Monday at 2:00 Central. It's going to be, we're going to utilize the emotional guidance scale. I love sharing the emotional guidance scale. It's a beautiful visual I have for you. You can print it off and just keep it handy. You can save it to your phone. But this is going to teach you how to stay on track throughout the day, because you feel great now, but then, you know, you're going to be by yourself later today and, you know, it's going to go to shit, possibly, hopefully not. And then we're going to do a Q&A Zoom tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central. So I think we can drop the link in here if we want to, Steph. But you can connect with the person who invited you and they can tell you if it's a good fit for you. But we have a Q&A Zoom tomorrow that I'm doing at 11 a.m. I'm going to go through our 2 programs that are open right now. So if you want to see what's included, I'm going to go through the curriculum. I'm going to show you what the back office looks like. I'm going to show you the Trello board we have. I'm going to go through what's included, the specifics, kind of slow things down. But I like to do that separate because I only want those that are considering the programs, obviously, to come in. And as I said, if you pay in full, you're getting a one-to-one call with me. The investment levels we have right now are guaranteed through Tuesday at midnight. And then they may go up. It is on our schedule to increase the investment levels. So if that's incentive for you, get yourself in now, okay? And then we're going to do the final VIP session is next, okay? So we really shouldn't let you guys into VIP, but if you want to do VIP just to get the replays of everything, that's fine. Everything for this masterclass is in guide number 7 in Gold Digging Boss Babes, okay? Guide number 7, Gold Digging Boss Babes. You can go back through and watch the replays through Tuesday night at midnight. If you're on VIP, we're going to do a VIP Zoom session after this and you'll get all the replays. Sorry, Instagram. And then we are going to close down our programs and all the bonuses are going to go away. All the things are going to happen until Tuesday night at midnight. Okay, that's going to be the final thing, is Tuesday night at midnight. And I just want to tell you guys, we're not completely done because I'll see you guys Monday at 2:00 Central, but great job. You guys have done such a great job. I mean, bringing your heart to this. I can feel your energy. I've loved teaching this material. My family knows, my team knows, like I love teaching this material. It makes my heart so happy to pass this on to you guys. And just to see you showing up and being excited about implementing is huge. So thank you to all of you guys participating. But we'll see you guys in a VIP, and then otherwise we'll see everyone at 2:00 Central Monday. Okay. All right, get to work on what we talked about today, and we'll see you guys in the next training. Bye-bye. My company is called The Goal Digger Girl, and we serve female entrepreneurs, teaching them how to use social media, so simple systems, online strategies, and sales and marketing. So really anyone who wants to be able to take their brick and mortar online or maybe scale their business, monetize their personal brand, we teach them exactly how to do it through social media. The ultimate mission is to allow women to own their voice, own their worth, and know that they can make a difference.
I first started following Kimberly, I want to say close to 2018. I liked the way that she was talking about how she was connecting with her customers. It just felt different than other things that I had seen. The community that you get with like a Goal Digger is absolutely wonderful. I really feel like I could reach out to anybody that was in the community.
It definitely made an impact in my own personal development and growth. And then getting the opportunity to work with a strategy session with her was a pivotal moment for me. And that's actually how I developed my agency.
I have reached a crossroads in my life, and then I met Kimberly, and it was like she said, I just got lit. It was just like my life was renewed, and I found a new meaning and a new start.
What kind of gets me out of bed in the morning and keeps me up late at night is this drive that I have to ignite the fire in others, to inspire change, lasting change for themselves, their families, their communities, and eventually, I really think we can change the world.